Hey everyone, today we're taking a look at Turbo Overkill from Apogee Entertainment. Now this is a first-person shooter. Now from what I understand, this is a reboot or a port of an existing game that I'd personally never heard of prior to receiving this game. Now, thanks go out to Apogee for sharing this with us for the purpose of our review. Now, visually the game itself is, by today's standards, not anything stellar, but now looking at the sheet that I received from Apogee, going over the game details, this is definitely a reboot, or not a reboot, but a quality of life updated version for PC and console players. They added in some control adjustments for the DualShock controllers on PlayStation. They also added in some configuration updates for those playing on console specifically, as well as on PC using a controller. Now, beyond that detail, having never played the original, I can't compare how the controls are now to what they were. But with my time playing the game, I will say that the controls now, at least, are rather intuitive. It was pretty easy to figure out exactly how to do pretty much everything. But like I was saying, visually, it's not the best game. But considering that, it is a re-release of a much older game, that definitely can see, what they were working with from that time. And from what I've read, it was pretty cutting edge when it first came out. But even that being said, with the gameplay, controls, mechanics, all of that, it definitely plays very smooth, and with the gameplay being at the standard that it is, I would say that it's on par with many first-person shooters that I've played more recently. They're just, compared to some of the newer first-person shooters, there are some abilities or features that I prefer to have in my first-person shooters now, like with Titanfall, the ability to double jump and run on walls. Apex Legends, which I know is the same studio and same universe. A lot of the player abilities were really awesome in that. And so, those types of things I love to see in games like this. Now, obviously, this being as old as it was originally, I wasn't expecting any of that going into it, so I was not disappointed when it wasn't there. But, the game itself has a very just cool retro feel to it, and it definitely feels like a Cyberpunk city, even though it was light years ahead of like Cyberpunk 2077, and it definitely achieves that in a similar world vibe very well, and I think that was probably one of the most important things to get across with this world, and I think that they absolutely nailed it. And I love the contrast between the billboard about Welcome to Paradise and then the city on fire behind it. I thought that was some great visual storytelling, and it gave me vibes of being in Night City, ready to cause some mayhem there, and which that if you can achieve that look and feel to it. The gore is kind of funny. I love the fact that when you slide, chainsaw blades come out of your legs. Same when you drop on enemies, but for them to achieve that look and feel to it when this game first came out like this is fantastic. And so I went into it hoping for essentially a poor graphics version of Cyberpunk 2077 in terms of the world and visuals as a whole, and that's exactly what we got. And the overall gameplay, a lot of things are very similar, with how fast your movement is with your augmetics and your sliding and jumping and things like that. Uh, Definitely real curious to see, what other abilities you learn along the way. Um, but so far, where I'd stopped playing, there weren't that many yet. But overall, though, we had a lot of fun with this one, and definitely look forward to diving back into it and exploring, this cyberpunk city as well, and seeing, what secrets it has to hold for us, and hopefully it continues to maintain the same, you know, pacing and visual aesthetics. Because if it does, I know I'm absolutely going to continue loving it. So definitely worth picking up if you are a fan of cyberpunk and cyberpunk type games, or type worlds. And if you just like just run and gun mayhem, this is definitely going to be another one for you as well. I mean, right here, like the Halfpipe was just so insane and fun at the same time. Just murdering guys with the chainsaw blades, and didn't even waste any ammo, just running and sliding and just racking up the kills there. So definitely a lot of fun. I think that whoever came up with this mechanic, definitely did a fantastic job, because I never would have looked at this area and thought to myself, let's have him slide and kill people with chainsaws in his legs. Like that type of thing just doesn't occur to me, and so the fact that I'm able to be surprised in a game like this is definitely a feat by itself. And overall, the game was a blast.